Hello and welcome to this edition of Kpsn. Our King Philip Warrior football team narrowly escaped their first away game in Attleboro with a win. Compared to last week, it was a low-scoring affair as we marched home with a tight 14-7 victory. Our backup quarterback, Thomas Kilroy, used his legs more than his arm, running the ball for several first downs and only passing twice.
They told me to just be confident because I've done this. I've been on the team for 2 years, and I can do it. I've done it all in practice the whole week, and it was all just about putting it in the game. It's different physicality and speed up in the varsity level. I think I did a pretty good job running it. There was some pressure on us because we're undefeated against a good Attleboro team. So at first I was a little nervous, but once the game got going, I got the flow of it, and I became very confident in my teammates, and we played very well.
The ground and pound was effective, and 2 rushing scores of over 40 yards were put on the board. This team is red hot, remaining undefeated at 5-0. And with key starters coming back just in time for playoffs, we are on the road against Milford High School this week, the toughest team and the biggest game in Division II football.
We're pretty confident going into Milford. We're playing pretty good football right now, but obviously we've got to take it up a notch as they're the best team we've played all year. We have some injuries, so we have to have some guys step up and make big plays. But overall, we have a really good chance of winning the game if we just play hard-nosed football and run the ball like we have been.
I think we're going to come out with a win, but it's going to be our hardest game, and we got to grind, and can't take a single play off. We got to put them in the dirt every play, and we'll come out with that victory.
I think we're a serious contender in Division II, and I think we have a great chance against any team. I'll put us against anyone, and I think we can win.
Our Warriors are going to need some support from the stands, so grab everything you own that is pink, hop on $4.95, and let's bring home another win.
The WOM's a big part of the team's success, and I think we need to pick it up this week. They got a big game way at Milford, and we need to show out and support the fellas.
Yo, what are you wearing today? Pink. Let's go.
Our cheer team has been working overtime in preparation for 2 big events this weekend. They're hosting a cheer showcase Saturday in the Wooden Gym at 5, and on Sunday they travel to Milford High School for a big competition. The JV squad will perform at 2:20 and varsity will take the floor at 3:05. They would love to see fans at both of their shows as they have worked very hard on their routine, which demonstrates the true athleticism our cheerleaders possess. Competitive cheerleading requires endurance, strength, flexibility, and balance, which makes it a very difficult sport. The showcase here at KP is free, and the Milford competition is $5 for students.
We're really excited because this is going to be the first time that we're performing in front of everyone. And we want to really show off what we've been working on and all the skills that we've been getting, all the stunts that we've been progressing on. And I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, and it's really difficult, so it's really fun when everyone gets to see what we do because they don't really understand how much hard work and effort it takes.
We just got the full pyramid on Monday, so we've really been repping it so we can execute it this weekend.
It's probably also the hardest pyramid that we've ever had, so
yeah, it takes a lot of work and a lot out of you because it's right at the end of the routine when you're already tired and can hardly breathe. So pushing it up is definitely the hardest thing to do.
The volleyball team had an eventful week full of high energy, intense competition, and great success. The squad played at Bishop Fien on Monday and at Mansfield on Tuesday and won both matches in 3 sets. On Monday, junior Ava Kelly recorded 10 digs, guiding the Warrior defense, and sophomore Madison Asperelli recorded 7 points through serving to lead the Warriors through the 2nd set. The following day at Mansfield, Emily Sawyer and Ahuna James stood out in their matchup and led the girls to their victory. The competition is fierce, and as of yesterday, KP was in a 3-way tie for number 1 with Franklin and Attleboro. In the heated race for the top spot in Kelly Rex, the Warriors are focused on a big game on the road against Attleboro on Monday. How are you feeling coming off the 3-0 Fien win and the 3-0 Mansfield win?
After those 2 wins, our team has had a really good rhythm, and we hope to carry the motivation from those 2 games into next week.
What are some of the team's strengths?
Some of our strengths as the season goes on is our communication with each other and our trust with each other on the court, along with our serving, and our front row and back row is doing really well.
How is the team preparing for Attleboro?
The team has been working really hard in practice to prepare for this game. We know it's going to be a hard game because Attleboro beat Franklin, one of our biggest rivals, and hopefully we can use the motivation and the teamwork we have had the past few games to win against Attleboro this Monday.
The girls field hockey team is coming in hot with a big 2-1 win against Mansfield on Tuesday. Sophomore Mackenzie McDevitt scored both goals in that one, leading her team to victory. The team has had an exciting season and look to keep the train rolling with 3 games on the road next week. They're holding their ground at second place in the Kelly Rex behind a very talented Franklin team.
We do a really good job getting the ball in the field, to the defense and the midfield. We just need to work on finishing it and getting that goal and the ball in the back of the net, especially against these harder competitors.
How are you guys feeling about today's game?
We feel very prepared going to today's game. We've had a good practice yesterday, and we have a good shot at winning because of how much we've improved and learned since the last time we played them.
What do you guys have over your greatest competitors, the Franklin Panthers?
Unlike Franklin, we don't let them get in our heads, and we have speedy players, which will lead us to a win, hopefully.
This Tuesday, the boys cross-country team beat Milford 24-31, and the girls also won with a score of 24-31.
The girls team won, which was really great, and my friend Kate, she came in second and I came in third, which was really good for our team, and I got a PR for the season, which was really good for me too.
I think I had a great race. I got third on my team, 5th overall. I've had not the best start to the season, coming off a couple injuries, not quite where I was last year, but I've been making some improvements. This last race I was able to lock in more than I had the previous races this season. I worked well with my teammates, Owen McKenzie and Max Miller. I was with them a lot of the race. Me and Max were stride by stride the entire final mile, and Owen McKenzie got ahead of us. He ran a great race, and we won by a significant margin, even with 2 of our star runners on the sidelines battling injury. So it was a successful meet for the boys team and the girls team as well.
Tonight, the cross-country team travels to Barnstable to race in the Twilight Invitational. Both teams will be racing 5Ks, except for the freshmen who will be running a 2-mile.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna be ecstatic after my race. It's gonna be so fun. Hopefully I'll PR. It's a very fast course. Oftentimes people run a lot faster than anticipated. A lot of great races. There's the varsity race, might be in the junior race. We'll see. There's the freshman race. It's just a lot of stuff to look forward to in the fried Oreos as well. It's gonna be a good time.
I'm pretty excited because I've heard it's a really fun meet and it's very lively with lots of music, and I'm really excited hopefully to run my fastest.
Coming up next week, the teams will be hosting a meet against North Attleboro for their last dual meet of the season. The team is pushing hard to lower their times so they can place as high as possible in the Hockomock League Championship on the 29th.
So my goal personally is to hit a sub-20 PR for my 5K time and for all of our girls to do well.
Hey, boy! The boys soccer team had a successful senior night, taking a decisive 2-1 win over the Taunton Tigers. After falling down 1-0, our Warriors showed their resilience, fighting back with the goals from senior captain Matthew Crago and junior William Bowen, along with key performances from seniors Colin Durbin and Matthew Thompson.
Last year playing soccer, close game, great win, won 2-1, good goal near the end. It was a really good win. Starting us slow this season, going 3-6. Having a win here is huge for us. Momentum going into the second half of the season is great. We got a tough matchup against OA on Monday, but we're gonna try to go into that game and play the best we can.
I agree with what Tommy said. I think we need to carry this momentum with us. Right now the record's not looking good. We're 4-6, but if we can carry this momentum, we can completely change the season with some hard work off the field, and yeah, let's go.
Monday, they faced the leaders and top goal scorers of the Hawk, Oliver Ames, falling 2-0 after holding them to a 0-0 score at halftime. As the team comes off a tough 3-2 loss to Mansfield on Wednesday, they need to dig deep for tonight's away game against the 8-3 Franklin Panthers. Their playoff hopes are on the line, but with a win against Franklin would definitely light up the season. As always, the team gives every opponent a run for their money, and they're hoping to do just that with the first place Franklin Panthers tonight.
The goals for the remainder of the season primarily focus around making playoffs. So we're working really hard to get wins, but towards the end of the season, the focus almost always tends to be on attacking movement, finishing, scoring goals, those sorts of things, because they've been very important for finishing strong in the rankings, and sort of completing the game model that you're trying to put in play.
The KB girls soccer team had won 7 straight games, including 3 shutouts, before losing a tough one to Mansfield on Wednesday. With only 6 games left in the regular season, the girls are focused on beating Franklin and hopefully taking that win straight to earning a Kelly Rex division title. Senior captain Ella Bassani is leading the squad in goals and helping her team fight for a championship and a deep playoff run. The team has a game today at home against Franklin.
In the start of the season, our offense was where we lacked. We struggled to score goals, but as the season went on, we proceeded to get better at it. And I think our defense has always been there. We had all returning players from last year, which is super helpful for us.
Are the girls locked in and ready for Franklin?
We definitely are. I think after last time playing them, we know it's not going to be an easy game. And it's also one game that we always try our hardest to win every season. And if we want to win one, it's definitely against Franklin. As long as we all show up as a team and we work together and we play our game instead of our opponent's game, we can win anything.
The Patriots came out of the gate strong on Sunday and never looked back, serving up a huge 29-0 win over the Lions. The offense looked solid, but the defense was what impressed as they held one of the NFL's highest scoring offenses so far this season to 0 points, and even scored a touchdown of their own when safety Kyle Duggar scooped up a fumble and returned it for 6 in the first half. A key player you might want to become familiar with is rookie cornerback Jack Jones. The game against the Packers was his first career start, and he did not disappoint as he recorded a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and a pick 6, and did not slow down coming into Sunday as he got yet another interception to help the team record the shutout. He will for sure be the player to watch this week, as many hope he can continue his turnover streak against the Browns this week, and will lift the Patriots to their 2nd win in a row.
Our passing defense was definitely really good. Jack Jones was the 2nd pick of the year. He's starting off the year pretty well. I mean, our run defense from Andre Stevenson, he's a tank. Just keep doing what we're doing, and I feel like we can have a good season.
Matt Patricia did not redeem himself in the eyes of most Patriots fans, but this was overshadowed by the calmness of Bailey Zappi and the domination of Matt Judon and the defense. Bailey Zappi has emerged as a dominant rookie quarterback, which has raised a very big question. Who should start when Mac Jones comes back from his injury?
I think Bailey Zappi should be the starting quarterback for sure. I mean, I think we should, if we have a young quarterback like him, I mean, Mac Jones is young too, but Bailey Zappi can develop and get better.
Bro's definitely bugging. It's too early to give up on Mac Jones, you know?
Honestly, I'd rather take Mac attack over Zappi any day of the week. Mac's just a better overall QB in my opinion. Zappi doesn't have as much experience, but as the weeks come by, Mac's probably gonna be back.
So yeah, I think Mac Jones, he's been the man, but Bailey Zappi's shown a lot. He's led the Patriots to almost 2 wins and almost beat the Packers in overtime. I mean, he's doing well. I mean, I don't see why he can't just keep going, you know?
Mac Jones, he's the best. Going around town, flexing, doing it, showing who's the man in the town, you know what I mean? He's the best. He's the best.
Zappi has another shot this week to prove he should be the starter. If he has another great performance, the decision may get a lot of attention. That's our broadcast this week. We wish all our Warriors the best of luck as they reach critical moments in the season. We hope to see a lot of fan support from our teams in the coming weeks. Warriors Nation, let's ride.